Hello, can you hear me? Okay, I hope that this is working. Sorry for the confusion, everyone. We are having some technical problems. Anyhow, so as I said before, we have 19 projects on Scori altogether, and now um, I would just like to explain a bit about each of them. Actually, we offer variety of different departments and projects, but not all of them are for everyone, of course, since some are more experienced in research and some less. As I said before, for the less experienced in research, we offer anatomy, where we have anatomy dissections, as I mentioned before. Then we have several projects on histology. So actually what they do on the histology department is that they do research about diabetes and chronic complications in diabetic patients, mostly about the heart complications, um, myocardial infarction, and they use PCR technology to reassess the genetic material of this patient to actually find some genetic markers for micro and macrovascular complications uh, that are specific in diabetic patients, for example, in myocardial infarction. And that would actually serve maybe in a few years as a diagnostic method that they can use uh, to actually find some treatments to affect this coronary diseases in diabetic patients. So mostly the students on this um, department, on this project, first they are given some articles to actually learn about this topic, about diabetes and the complications. Then the mentors actually teach you how to conduct experiments in the lab, um, how, for example, also do cell culture sometimes, or do any type of Hagman, PCR, and so on. Mostly the work is done by students under supervision. You can also do some techniques alone. And sometimes also the teachers, the professors offer to go to outpatient clinics outside of Ljubljana to actually visit some patients and take samples. So maybe the next thing that I can talk about is the project in the biochemistry department, which is called Functional Genomic Approaches in Cholesterol Homeostasis and Drug Metabolism. And it's also for all students from second year on, and only the basic knowledge of PCR techniques are mandatory to know to participate in this research. The research is going on for more than a year now, so actually in the month that you are participating there, you do all sorts of things that they are usually doing in that specific month for that research. What they are actually doing, since nowadays the cardiovascular diseases are among the major causes of mortality in developed world, the high cholesterol levels in blood actually play the main role in progression of cardiovascular diseases. In Slovenia and probably also in your country, we mostly use statin-based therapy um, uh, uh, and also some therapy to decrease de novo cholesterol biosynthesis in the liver. And another possibility is also to lower the serum cholesterol levels by blocking the uptake of dietary cholesterol, for example. So if we administer the statins and cholesterol uptake inhibitors, um, this is the the best, uh, most efficient therapeutical strategy that they pursue. And actually, what they try to do is um, to apply post genome approaches to understand better the positive and negative side effects of actions of statins on humans. And for this, they also on this project, of course, use PCR to do the lab work. So for the student, there would be a theoretical introduction into the basics of the research project, and after that, the student would participate the research project with investigating the expression of the metabolic genes in the liver of the mice. And then students usually collect and compare data from the samples, and in the end, the student usually has an oral presentation of their findings. So basically, the basic research projects that we offer are like internships, where mostly you learn how to conduct an experiment, how to use different techniques, and most of them are in relation of diabetes, cardiovascular complications, and cholesterol. And as I mentioned before, the other things that we offer, like for example, the projects on the neurology, clinical, pharmacological, and neurophysiological aspects of neurodegenerative diseases. So on this project, the student actually does lab work and clinical rotation. So the main aim for the student is to learn about the neurodegenerative diseases, to know how to examine the patient and how to collect data. And then in what concerns the lab work, they usually do the comparison of different drugs used for this type of diseases. Um, Mostly the students in the lab firstly observe, and then they do some experiments and also clinical examinations by their own. And then we have also the projects, the malignant pathology of nose and paranasal cavities, as I mentioned before. Also, this one is a clinical project with lab work, where also you can observe surgeries and do the lab work at the same time. Actually, to the mentor usually gives you like a specific topic, for example, the comparison of different laryngeal cancers, and then you do the research at home, as in epidemiology and the treatments and the diagnosis of those two diseases. So basically, those are the main projects that we offer, and some of others that for me are less known are in the other LC of Maribor. One of them is also more of a basic research and specializes in genetics, in the genetic lab. Um, yes, so I think this is most of it about the project. If you're interested in something specific, you can ask me. Otherwise, um, maybe I can also tell you about uh, this when we actually offer the project. So most of them are only conducted during the summer months when the labs don't have more of our students, but some of them are also available through the whole year. For example, anatomy, also the neurology departments offer the project for the whole year. Also biochemistry, biology, and so on. Okay, I think this should be it. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, you can contact me anytime, actually. Thank you. Okay, so about the social program. Yes, the official social program is conducted during the summer months of July and August, when we actually do during the weeks, we do stuff in the capital city. So we do a night of, for example, karaoke, pub crawl. Then we also have some academic quality workshops, also for research. We do a workshop about how to write articles, um, how to make a presentation, how to write an abstract or a review, because usually the mentors in the end of the month ask you to write something like that. Then we also offer a suturing class or an ultrasound class and a workshop of public health. Then other things also, we do picnics in the park. We go swimming to some lakes, hiking near Ljubljana. That is what concerns during the week time, since you are only off during the afternoon. During the weekends, we offer 3 weekend trips. One is to the west side of Slovenia, to the mountain region, where we um, where we stay for 2 days. And usually the first day we see the most famous places in Slovenia, the Bled Lake. We do the rowing to the small island in the middle of the lake. Then the next day it's more for the adrenaline people, because we go rafting and canyoning. So the next trip, the weekend trip, is to the seaside, where we go to visit the karst region. We go to the biggest caves in Slovenia. Um, then to the seaside where we have a party, and the next day we go on a boat where we have lunch and go swimming and have a lot of fun actually. You can read more about the social program and Ljubljana and also the accommodation in the brochure that I've sent you also on the mail. And yes, the last trip is to the east side of Slovenia, where we go to one of the most scenic places in Slovenia, where they still live like um, in a traditional way, where you can see cows and do some hiking, eat a traditional Slovenian food, and then to the beer fountain where you can try Slovenian beer and do the also the beer tasting. So yes, that's about our social program. Maybe about the accommodation during the summer, all the students stay together in a student dorm. Um, so yeah, it's quite nice because there are about 40 students per month during the summer months. During the other months, um, when it's our school year, you get a contact person and they do the social program as you actually wish. Some students like to travel during the weekend, so sometimes we don't do the social program at all. Sometimes they want to experience Slovenia, so every weekend the contact person take them somewhere. And the accommodation is a bit different during the year because of lack of space in the dorms. So some students live with the host, some in dorms, and some in rented apartments. Um, my experience in Thailand, I was not on IFMSA in Thailand, but I was on an IFMSA exchange, Scope exchange in Brazil 2 years ago, and I was on a research exchange in Lebanon last year, which was quite good actually. I definitely recommend. Maybe anything else you want to know about some other things? Mm, yes. Hello. Yeah, it was a bit complicated, but yes, thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye.